Good morning, good morning. So today is a pretty tough day. Female hormones hitting me hard, and it genuinely feels like I've got brain fog and like all my senses are very much heightened, very emotional, very, very sensitive, very much how to say, not interested in the people around me, kind of like in a bad mood. So it is what it is. I just need to get through it. I'm happy that it started today and not tomorrow, right at the start of the event. So this is a good sign. It means that I'm gonna have a good day tomorrow. So I'm glad that today I'm only traveling, but my focus for today is right now. I've got a couple of hours until I have to actually go to the airplane of the airport. So what I'm doing is I am designing the marketing strategy for my blockchain development solutions. So if you don't know, Beachhead Market, it is a software company. I do research and development. I do product development, product strategy, market positioning. I do a lot of strategy, I do a lot of product design, conceptualization. And my background is business development. I develop business models, product models, revenue models, pricing strategies, the entire marketing funnel I support in terms of software and product. So I like to work in cooperation with marketing directors. I like to work in cooperation with CEOs and their visions, because it gives us the opportunity to test a lot of hypotheses and product concepts that I've developed over the years, or algorithms, a lot of logic that we can actually realize into products and actually test the results of. So a lot of our hypotheses are based on facts and research and on product conceptualization and user case studies, product use case studies. So I like to work with other companies because they have an existing team and existing target audience, and they have certain goals, usually to scale, to expand their market reach, or to increase loyalty. And so it's really quite a compliment for my company to work with other companies and with other marketing directors, because through business cooperation we get a lot of know-how exchanged, and more so market insights, because I guess marketing directors don't care too much about some of the know-how, but we do get a lot of market insights exchanged. A lot from our side, a lot from their side. I would say it's a very, very complementary relationship. There is no a lots of taking just from one side. And so I feel quite proud in that. So today I am focused on the marketing strategy of the business on the blockchain development solutions. What does blockchain have to do with marketing? You probably thought that blockchain was all about crypto, and crypto is all about pyramid schemes. So I'm here to let you know it's not. What crypto is about is, in fact, cryptographic algorithms. So what it means is that you are securing information in one direction, and then you are securing information in another direction, and then it ends up being a chain of secured information. And actually, a lot of that information you cannot really store like an image or a video. It's just gonna take a lot of computing power to cryptographic it, all of it, like all of those pixel points and all that. So it's not about like images, it's more like if you have a user base which is very data sensitive, but you need a lot of your users and stakeholders to have real-time information about each other, not necessarily to know who they are, but you need them to know that transactions are happening, and you need them to know that business partnerships are happening and the business is scaling. Then having a blockchain is really handy for that, because you can focus on doing the work, you can focus on scaling, and everyone knows about it. Everyone knows that that guy is scaling, that guy's growing, that guy's scaling, that guy's doing these amounts of transactions, and that's really, really good for business. It's actually really good for business when you know that your business peers are doing business and they're doing business well. And then when business is not going well, you know about that, and then you can kind of go and look into, what those reasons could be. And so a lot of people think that blockchain is really just for AI people and that's all it is. But actually, a lot of marketers use blockchain. A lot of marketers use blockchain, and a lot of R&D specialists and product conceptualization specialists, business development specialists like myself are in favor of using blockchain because we believe in choosing good leaders. We want to work with people who have the right principles, the right morale, the kind of people who have got a very good, strong economic type of thinking that's going to bring business moving forward. And so people like me are in favor of blockchain and Web3 because it brings a lot of opportunities. It actually does. And I know this because I've worked in business development and in software as a service sales, which those two aren't the same thing. A lot of recruiters think they're the same thing. They're not. In business development, I'm creating new business models, I'm creating new revenue models, I'm creating new pricing strategies, I am creating new teams. And I'm going to be honest with you, there have been investors and customers where they could have invested 3 million, but because of lack of real-time data, they invested only 150 or 300K. And so I believe that blockchain Web3 is going to give that real-time information because you've got nothing to hold back. And it's really up to you on whether you want to publish your profile in terms of you want to have a username, a name, a company profile name. It's up to you, but at least the wallet address is visible for everyone. So if you didn't know, now you know, and I'm sure the more you watch my upcoming content, the more you'll start to get to know it. And yeah, so I'm excited for this weekend because I will be at the Belgrade Boot Camp, the Hackers League Hackathon. So thank you so much to Alik Talipov from Serbia, I believe he is, for organizing this event because the reality is that the only way that we can exchange know-how is if we can have grounds to do it on that makes sense, that to have a place to be able to explore and create and to discuss openly. So I like hackathons for that. I like them a lot. I think they're a great way to exchange know-how. I think that a lot of companies are actually missing out. They're kind of going about the traditional recruitment process, and I share this opinion with a lot of other successful business owners who are way more successful than me. I'm just a baby starting out, right? My business is very, very new. I've been so far only in consulting. I'm only just starting out into creating our own products. But I'm going to be honest with you, the successful business owners that I've heard that have done everything on their own, no external investments, have said recruiters miss out on the best candidates through traditional recruitment processes. They are forced to use some sort of template, and this template might work really well for very mediocre type of technology. But when you're trying to do something innovational, something creative, when you want groundbreaking solutions, that traditional process of hiring people isn't great. But I do find that hackathons are a great way to find out who a person is and kind of figure out how they think. And also, social media is a great tool for that, like Twitter, for example. And already I've made a big mistake this year, and that mistake was very, very public for everyone to see. And that can be very intimidating. But then once you kind of get over the fact that every mistake that you make as a creative is going to be visibly public, it's going to be publicly visible. It actually makes me understand that networking, collaborating is more important than ever, and that I shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes because exactly that feedback is what's going to help out. And a lot of that feedback isn't verbal. A lot of that feedback is silent. And I actually find that there's a lot more feedback when people stop talking and pull away than when they're actually giving constructive feedback. So I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. I genuinely feel like I am all over the place in my head, but I know it's just going to be a day or two and I'm going to get through this. What's important for me right now, getting the marketing strategy done And then I'm gonna be making sure that my laptop's set up. So it's not my laptop. I've just taken on a laptop. I've got a PC. The laptop I've taken is not intensive, it's not compiling intensive, there is not very strong computer, doesn't have the all the requirements I need, but I believe the language that we're using at this event is very low intensive, so it might be just enough. And if there's a small chance it's not, then I'm probably gonna ask someone very, very nicely at the event if I can compile from their laptop, probably one of the organizers. So this means I have to be very, very, very organized and very focused with the code, and I have to make sure the code is very clean and that I have a very clear understanding of what I'm going to be coding at this event. And so I am doing my best to relax as well. I've got these kinoki. My grandma gave me this to I never believed these worked, but I actually think there are certain situations where they might work. So I'm using this right now to help me with the brain fog, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually excited. Like the more I know, the closer it gets to the plane coming, to the plane landing to come pick me up, the more I'm, warming up to the fact that, actually it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be fun. This is a good decision to go to Serbia for this event. I'm excited. So yeah, let's see.